Welcome to another edition of Soul on Soul with Phinesse. And we're into the new year, 2022. And we got a whole bunch of soul lined up for you this year. And one of my guests is going to hit the soul charts running and doing more. This brother, I just told him, he's got more music than what any independent artist I've ever seen. He's like the Tupac of music. He's got that much music out. Talking about my special guest today, keeping you soul connected, Mr. Desmond Parson. Hey, Desmond, what's going on with you, sir? Thanks for coming
Peace and
on
blessings,
Soul on
bro.
Soul with Phinesse.
Peace and blessings.
Thank you. So I just informed everybody how much music you have out. You got about 9 solo projects, and did I count correctly?
Yeah, 9 projects altogether. Yes, sir.
All right. So, in saying that, and for those folks who don't know you, how long have you been putting out music, and how long have you been singing music altogether?
Well, altogether, I've been singing since I was a child. I've been in music. I've been loving music since 79, 80, where my grandparents or my grandmother in particular played her music. And actually, the albums you see behind me actually belong to my grandmother. She got me just loving the music, just loving the vibe that it produced. I'm a visual person too, so I love the album covers and what they were doing and just the whole graphic behind it. So 79 and 80s when I got my love for music. So we're talking 3 or 4 years old. As far as putting out music, we're talking 2018 was my first project. Fruition was released November of 2018. And so just blessed to be able to have that appreciation for music, but blessed to be able to create what I'm able to hear in my mind and just be able to make my contribution to the music world.
All right. And since you're talking about your contribution to the music world, I'm assuming, of course, because you're on Soul with Phinesse, that is black music and soul music. What is it about soul music or black music that really wants you to be a part of history and putting out or continuing to put out great soul or black music classics?
It's the vibe. It's always been about that vibe. You recall from certain songs where you hear that drop. Maybe it's Al Green or maybe it's a Teddy Pendergrass. It has a mood. The subject matter of the song, accompanied with the music and the lyrics, they take you there. There's songs that can make you cry. There's songs that make you want to just dance and you have nostalgia moments. And so I love that about how music has that ability to just transport you. And so it was just a blessing, like I said earlier, to just be able to sit at a piano and play notes, but then from those notes chords, and from those chords there's a pattern, and now you got a groove and build around that. And then for me as a songwriter, I let the music just kind of dictate what is my subject matter about. And so that vibe, that vibe, after a long day's work, you want to listen to something that just chills you out. You're ready to party, whatever the case may be. Music just is that balm for me. And so that I'm compelled to create it.
You sound like you're a student of music. Why do you? Because you talk about subject matter, and a lot of people don't understand this about subject matter, and that's the messaging. Why do you think that's so important? And do you feel that we kind of lost our way with the subject matter and messaging when it comes to black music?
Absolutely. I am a student. As you can see behind me, there's one picture that's larger than the other albums behind me. And so Stevie Wonder has been a great influence on me as an artist, me as a person, as a man. And so I wanted to have that same impact with my music, where you're entertained, where you are enlightened. Because at the end of the day, we're all human, living this human experience. And I've been able to convey my thoughts through music and essentially letting people know, hey, I'm running the same race you're running, especially as an African American male, as a man in a relationship, as just someone here walking the streets feeling the same way you're feeling. Again, I've just been blessed to have been able to put my ideas and my experiences to music. It's a new generation. To answer your second question, it's a new generation of artists that are a little younger than us, obviously, but they have. There's still message music out there. There's still like your we had in our day to wake up everybody's Teddy Pendergrasses and things like that, but it's just kind of it's a little different. It's far and few between. It's not necessarily my cup of tea, but there's still great music out there, and there's still things to be said. I just think that some, they're doing it differently nowadays, and no shade at all. But it's just, it's different. If you can imagine during the golden age of hip hop in the 80s, our predecessors was like, what's this rap stuff? Well, who knew that it would blow up to be what it was?
And I said also a student of music because you kind of mentioned sitting at the piano, and as a student of music, that would lead me to believe that you also play instruments. If that is true, what instruments do you play?
I play the piano.
Mm-hmm.
I play the piano, synthesizers, little guitar, drums, and bass, but my main instrument is the keyboard.
Okay. All right. Your grandmother introduced you to the fine artwork that is the cover and the stuff that's on the walls. And I'm quite sure you probably had dozens of conversations with your grandmother and your parents about the history and art of music, especially when it comes to soul and black music. But I gotta ask you, what is Desmond's definition of soul music?
Soul music in the word is feel music, F-E-E-L, feel music. That means you feel it. There's songs that I won't listen to, not because they're bad, but they penetrate. If they evoke emotion. For instance, Minnie Riperton's Memory Lane. It's a lovely song. One of my favorite songs from my childhood. Well, a memorable song from my childhood. But I don't listen to it on purpose just because it evokes so much emotion. Later, as an adult, I learned the backstory of where she was in her life during that song. But the strings, the beat, that's a clap right there, right? But who knew that these sounds would turn into a beat, and that beat can turn into a rhythm, and then now it's a part of this sonic experience. The intro to Love and Happiness by Al Green. You can feel that. Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up. Just use these examples of music that you feel. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to dissect it. You don't have to wonder, do I like it or not? And it varies from song to song, from person to person, but it can evoke that emotion. It can take you back to high school. It can take you back to a relationship. So I would say feel, F-E-E-L, would be my definition of soul music. Feel music. You can feel it.
All right. In the past year, I've always asked every artist that's been on the show what have been their favorite artists. I think this year I'm going to do something different, and you're going to be the first to get there for 2022. So my question, Desmond, you got a house party. You can only bring 3 albums with you. Just 3. What 3 albums will they be?
What 3 albums will they be? New albums or just in general?
Whatever. You got 3 albums. I'm not gonna tell you if it's new, old. It's whatever you want to bring to the party. Okay. You're in charge of the music, and there's only 3 albums you can bring.
Okay. Well, first album would be Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. That's never out of style.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Never out of style. I don't want to go into depth, but that's if I had a number 1 and 2 as far as Mount Rushmore's vocalists, Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson. But Off the Wall, it sounds just as fresh today as it did back in '79. I would have to pull out. Okay, make it a little bit more current. Mary J. Blige's "My Life."
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I gotta just because that's the man. Stevie Wonder's "Talking Book" is my favorite Stevie Wonder album ever.
All right.
So I would pull that one out as well. So look, different genres, different artists all together, but those are, if I had to pull those three out, there's something that I could make people at least nod their head to or move. You know what I mean? With those three albums.
All right. So you set the precedence for every artist coming on in 2022. They gotta have their record collection together. They only got 3 records. So you said it right. You said it right. I gotta give you credit, especially the Off the Wall.
Yes, sir.
Talking to Desmond Parson, independent soul music artist out of the DC area. He's my special guest today on Soul on Soul with Phinesse. Before we go to break, Desmond, something I always like to do, because it's not about me, it's about you, the artist. Can you share your website and your social media so that the fans can follow you?
Absolutely. You can follow me at DesmondParson.com. On Instagram, I am Desmond_Parson. Twitter is I am Des Parson. Facebook, Desmond Parson. YouTube, Desmond Parson.
All right. When we come back from this short break, we're going to get into life as an independent artist and talk about these amazing projects that he has. You're gonna need about a good day to listen to all of them, ladies and gentlemen. Just telling you that right now. You keep it real with you because they're so good. Well, we got more on the way. Desmond Parson, Soul on Soul with Phinesse. We'll be right back.
Just vibe with me.
To excuse me if I seem confused, distracted, out in space when you look at me. I ain't good at sugarcoating, so I've gotta say it up front. Do you need a man, a lover, partner, friend? Just tell me what you want. I'll be right here, ain't no question about the intentions that I have. My goal's to make you mine and keep you mine with a satisfying love that lasts. I suggest we make a trade-off. I'll give you everything I got. The only thing I ask in return is to have the key to your heart. Give you my heart, give you my soul, give you my dreams. Give your love to me. Give your love to me. Give your love to me. Sugar, give you my heart, give you my soul. Why don't you my dreams? Give it, give your love to me. Give it to me. I know you can't say you haven't thought about the same things. All the thoughts, the questions, situations, dilemmas, possibilities. What if we made eye contact? From a blood-totted hug, made us transform like bumblebee from friends to a point where we fell in love. I'll be right here, ain't no question about the intentions that I have. My goal's to make you mine and keep you mine with a satisfying love that lasts. I suggest we make a trade-off. I'll give you everything I got. The only thing I ask in return is to have the key to your heart. Give you my soul, give you my dreams. Give your love to me. Give your love to me. Give your love to me. Sugar, give my soul, give you my dreams. Give your love to me. Give your love to me.
Welcome to Soul on Soul with Finesse. Desmond Parson is my special guest. And don't forget, if you miss any of this interview, remember you can catch it the next day, which is Monday, on our Soul on Soul podcast, which is on Podbean, Spotify, soon to be on Tidal, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. But you can always catch all our latest episodes, all our great episodes from the past year in 2021. So make sure you follow us and check us out. And you can follow us on all social media platforms as well. Now, Desmond, you are an independent soul music artist. Why are you still an independent music artist? Do you not want to be signed, or what's your belief? What's going on with you in your career?
Well, one is it's two answers really. First, I'm still weighing my options in terms of what's the best move for me from a business standpoint, artistically as well. But then the second part of that is I just love to be able to move and create and collaborate on my own terms. Obviously, I assume all the risk, but I have the freedom to create. There's not a deadline. There's not someone legally over me to compel me to do something, as opposed to letting it flow, which works best for me. So if the right opportunity came along, it'd be worth the conversation. But in being an independent artist, you just have so much freedom to create and move at your will. So that's where I am right now.
And so, as an independent artist, because I'm sure you have the same conversation with some of your artist friends or people that want to get into the business, and you talk about your struggles, your gains, and your struggles. How has it been for you? Because you have to make a living, you have to go out and do shows. Has it been easier for you to navigate those waters to still make you want to continue to do what you're doing?
Well, I'm in this for the love of the music. First and foremost, and that has to be the heart of what you're doing. And if it's for the money, then it's going to be short lived, because being an independent artist, just imagine being at any given football field with your music product, and you're trying to compel someone, hey, listen to me, out of everyone in this arena. You know what I mean? And so, from a business standpoint, that's just crazy. So trying to self-promote and do all of these different things. Whereas, if I love sitting at my keyboard and just playing, and if an idea comes and I build on that, I'm drawn to that. I would do that if I wasn't, if there was no money involved. And so there's a difference there between the love of it and then the love for the residual from that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, again, just the love of the music, it compels me to just stay in this in this arena, if you will. It's gratifying for me because I'm able to connect with people as an independent artist. I don't have a PR company, so I'm building relationships not only with collaborators and other independent artists, but my fans. I can talk to them directly. Sometimes, I'm in DM sessions with people who dug my music or may have caught me doing performances somewhere, and we become friends. I call them friends, friends and fans kind of put together. But there's so much of a positive byproduct just for the love of creating music. I get to meet new friends, and my music is heard around the world. So it's just been a blessing.
Mm-hmm. So for when people go to listen to your music, what should they come to expect, or what they come to hear when they're listening to you?
Stories, being able to connect with what I'm speaking about. So speaking from a man's perspective on relationships, could be some past experiences that I've had. It could be a linear experience from beginning to end. Most of my songs deal with love lost, love found, new love, not just in the man-woman love, but it could be spiritual. It could be man and his admiration for God. It could be so many different things. Most of them, I would say 95% of the songs that I write are from direct experiences that I think most of us share during our time here on Earth. So I just love sharing those experiences with people. And then sonically, again, drawing from Stevie Wonder, I like to weave in and out. You may not just hear a loop in terms of just the way I produce my music. I want you to have that experience, that sonic experience. Like, what is he doing in this monitor? What is he doing over here? So I love to just kind of weave the music in and out, so that not only from the lyric standpoint, you kind of get an eargasm, but the music can take you there as well.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk into particularly about your projects. There is a song, I'm trying to pull it up here if I can. You have with a young lady, believe it came out 2021, just came out. Talk to us about the song Sideline and what that's about.
Yes. So Sideline was a song that my second single of this year. Again, I had actually, when I created that track, I produced all of my music. This was a track that I had Lucy Pearl on my mind for some reason when I built that drum track. And so I just let the music build itself from the chords that I played on the piano. But then again, I let the music kind of dictate what I want the song to be about. So I don't sit down and say, I want to write a heartbreak song. For me, it doesn't work that way. I let the music kind of, sometimes I'll have a line that I'm like, let me keep that, in the back of my head. But most of the time it's the music that kind of compels me or draws me to what I want the song to be about. And so I had the hook, I can give you everything you need. But it was missing something. I could have did the song myself, but I'm like, it's missing something. And so it would be great to have a 2-point perspective on a relationship where we're each other's side pieces. We're both on the sideline. We can't make decisions. We can't, kind of like secret lovers, if you will, where we really can't be together, but we were given our points of view. And so coincidentally, I was speaking with a fan who became a friend. She told me that she sang, and sometimes I just go with my gut instinct. And so shout out to Shadeva, who was she didn't co-write on the song, but she sang with me, and her voice is just like phenomenal. And so I asked her to be a part of the track, and it was from there. It was it was out of there.
All right.
She's just fantastic.
So what we're going to do right now, we're going to take another break. But before we get into the break, we're actually going to play the record Sideline, featuring Shadeva and you, of course, Desmond Parson. This is a great track, one of my favorites that I've been listening to over and over and over again. And I hope the fans and the followers of Soul on Soul Phinesse, you'll love it too. Desmond Parson, we got more on the way with him. Enjoy the track, and we'll be right back.
What you mean you're not gonna be able to make it? I can give you everything you need. Ain't no two ways about it. I'm ready to give in to you. Ready to show you how I move. But I'm tripping off the situation. 'Cause you can't just be on mine when you got me on part-time. I can give you everything you need. I give it to you if you were mine. Just can't do it from the sideline. I can give you everything you need.
Welcome back, Soul on Soul with Finesse, and my boy Desmond Parson is here today. And love that track, Sideline. I'm gonna have to listen to that one over and over and over, bro. I gotta listen to that.
Thank you, bro.
Let's talk more about your music, because you've been steady, like releasing music at a every 6 months, once a year clip. Let's talk about your music for 2021. You released great material. Talk some about your songs and your projects that you want people to check out.
So I released my first full-length album November 20th of 2020, The New Me. And I wanted to kind of continue on from, as we approach 2021, I wanted to just continue was flowing. So I didn't want to hold on to a lot of music. And again, as an independent artist, you kind of go back and forth. Should I wait? You know, I had people tell me, you should wait at least 6 months before you release something else. Then I would go and study and they say, well, no, you should have something out every 6 weeks. And so I took the latter. I said, you know what, I got it. So Got Me Thinking was my first single. Again, it's all on feel. It's all on how it feels to me as a writer, not only from a music standpoint, but what am I saying? Something that, am I feeling it in terms of like I mentioned earlier about soul, but not only that, but is it something that I can attach, I guess, my feeling to? And so Got Me Thinking was the first project, February of 2021. Of course, Sideline was March 19th, I believe, March of this year. Got a lot of love from the UK regarding that song. So shout out to the UK and all the DJs that played it all over, actually. Again, shout out to Shadeva. May was I Pledge, was a song that I actually wrote back in 1998. So I've been writing songs for some time, but the opportunity to do everything from home, the pandemic, if I can say this, has been somewhat of a blessing, because it allowed me to be stationary, and all I had was time. And so I just started pulling the ideas that I've had for years. And so I Pledge was May of this year. Then in July, we had Turn It Off. It was just one of the summer songs. Sometimes I'm inspired by the seasons as well. So Turn It Off was just a summer song. I wanted to kind of just have something that would play on kind of an R&B soul station type of feel, like a late summer night kind of a feel for Turn It Off. And then it brings us to Therapy with another local artist, Devon Daniil, who I've been performing with and doing shows with for the past few years. This song I wrote actually last year, the music I created last year for that. And I wanted to do something that's slightly different. We've talked about love between man and woman. We talked about love between man and God. But how about love for music itself? And so for me, music has always been therapeutic. It's therapeutic when I go to the gym. There's a playlist that I listen to that I get amped, so I want to work out. Of course, if you're you're in the church, there's songs that can just bring out that emotion that you cry, or not only that, secular R&B songs that just have some type of a memory attached to it. So music, after work, after a long day's work, you may want to put on a playlist that just relaxes you. Some people don't drink. Some people put on a song and that relaxes them. And so I wrote Therapy from a standpoint of my appreciation and love for music, while Devon wrote her verse based on writing to music. As a writer, it's therapeutic to get your feelings out in the form of, bars, if you will. And so she wrote from a writer's standpoint and how music soothes and helps her with her writing process and getting a lot of her insecurities and thoughts and feelings out. And so that's the essence behind, or the meaning behind Therapy, that music is therapeutic. And this, again, that's that vibe that we're going for. you go to a concert and, you know, if your artist is bringing it, or if you're at home or you're in the car, anywhere, music just has that ability to tame the beast, if you will. Mm-hmm. And so, those are the projects of 2021. Just been blessed to create this music.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to Soul on Soul with Phinesse, no matter where you're at, Soul on Soul with Phinesse is based in Baltimore, Maryland. We've got a studio here. We do our thing here. But one of the things that myself and my business partner, Corey Bivens, we wanted to do was, and I want to go back. Let me go back first. Something you said, Desmond, you know, the pandemic was a blessing. And it truly was for us as well, because it was because of the pandemic that we were forced to look at doing this radio show and podcast. And had it not been, we'd have pushed it off on the back burner. You wouldn't be here today. So we thank the pandemic for making us focus and realize we can reach more individuals now and do interviews with great artists like yourself. So in saying that, one of the things we talked about doing was, once we saw the success of the show, we wanted to start doing shows again. But COVID really messed it up, and we now decided that moving forward, we're going to get back to doing shows. We're going to make them intimate shows, smaller shows. I think there's a greater appreciation doing smaller shows. And I do know, because I've already talked to you prior to and setting up this interview, you're one of the artists we want to have, because you're right here in the same area as we are, DMV, that we want to come out and do a show. So we're looking forward to that. But this is going to be a problem, Desmond, because Devon and Shadeva, you gonna have to get them to come perform too, bro.
I know. I know. It's just well, you know, I think, you know, Devon is she's local. She's in the DMV area. So Shadeva, if I'm not mistaken, she's out of the Carolinas. But I would love to. I was able to perform with Devon. We performed Therapy last month on the day of its release. I had a listening party, and you know, we just rocked it. I have a band, and so she came through, and we just vibed. We just vibed. But I would love to go back and Desmond and Friends, Desi and Friends, whatever you want to call it. These collabs, I mean, these is, you know, shout out to everyone who's been a part of all of my projects. But yeah, I would love to, you know, bring Shadeva up and do the sideline. That'd be so cool.
Well, I'm just, you know, I'm gonna tag her in this interview when we post it. You're gonna be in trouble. You got some explaining to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And for all you folks listening, I always like to make sure my independent artists get paid.
Okay, you're back. I lost your audio there for a second.
Oh, no problem. I told everybody I go to Tidal to listen to music because I want the artists to get paid and to get paid more money through Tidal than any other streaming platform. But where else can people go to listen to your music?
So my music is on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. You can go to Bandcamp. You can go to, of course, Tidal, iHeartRadio, all the digital platforms. It's also YouTube Music. Give me a call. I'll show up at I'll be out front. I'll play anywhere.
All right. So when we come back, we're going to wrap it up with Desmond Parson. Get some closing shots. Been a great interview so far. Got more on the way, so don't go anywhere. Come on back. Keeping you so connected. Soul on Soul with Phinesse. Desmond Parson. You know how we get down. You know how the soul do. We'll be right back.
Not a mind reader, not a mind reader. Can't see your thoughts. All I can feel is your energy. Don't want to deceive you, I'll break your heart. And I'm point, you just got to let me know. You got me thinking maybe we can be serious. Something that we both need. Something that we both need. You got me thinking maybe we can be something more serious. Something that we both need. Tell me it's me that you want. Tell me it's me that you need. Tell me it's me that you want. It's me that you want. Tell me it's me that you need. You got me thinking maybe we can be serious. Something that we something more serious. You got me thinking maybe we can be something more serious. Something that we both need. You got me thinking maybe we can be something more serious. Something that we both need. You got me thinking maybe we can be something more serious. Something that we both need. You got me thinking maybe we can be.
Welcome back, Soul on Soul with Phinesse. My boy Desmond Parson. Gonna kick off some shows hopefully soon with us. But he got some great music. It's been a great interview. I can't believe this interview went by so fast. Wow.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm like, it's been time already. As my producer hear me talking about hurry up. Because I didn't get a chance to ask you this because I think it's important, especially coming from a songwriter, producer, and an artist. What advice would you give to up and coming music artists, no matter what genre of music, but what advice would you give them?
I would say be original. There's going to be something in your voice. There's going to be something. You may sing a song note for note like your favorite artist, but you're not going to sound like that artist. So, and that's by God's design. And so I said that to say you were meant to sound different. Not that you sound bad, not that you anything like that. But I would say there's originality. There's something about you that's unique that this world has never heard before. So I would say being original in terms of your writing. Of course, I mean, there's, you can write about anything, but in terms of your approach to music, there'll never be another Luther Vandross, so, but, there's something unique to the quality of your voice, to the quality of your performance, to the quality or the way that you write. So originality is everything.
All right. Great words of encouragement, great words to live by as well. Desmond, man, again, every artist that comes on the show becomes family, Soul on Soul with Phinesse family. So you cousin Desmond from now on. That's the way it is. I'm just letting you know. So I'm coming to your crib. I'm pulling down some of them covers because I'm missing some record covers. I got the records. I don't have the covers no more. So I'm coming to pull down some stuff. I'm just letting you know that. Don't get mad.
But just keep the Steve. You know what? You can take some of the other stuff, but like the Stevie. That's the mainstay.
Oh. Yeah, you had it. I got that. There's a couple of other ones I see. I said, I gotta get that. But brother, it's been real down to earth interview with you. And like again, I'm a fan of music, especially good music, and you have a ton of good music that I'm just blown away by. So I want to wish you the best in your endeavors. And I can't wait till you come to Baltimore and do some shows for us to kick off that. And like I said, you better tell them young ladies, because I want nobody hitting me up saying why I have you and they have them. Because I'm a snitch. Tell them, I'll let them know.
Got you.
All right. that's going to do it for this edition of Soul on Soul with Phinesse, a brand new year. Same soul channel. We're keeping you soul connected. You know how we do. Always, every Sunday at 10 p.m. on your favorite radio station. Soul on Soul with Phinesse until we meet again next Sunday at 10 p.m. Peace.
This has been another Soul Media production.